All major religious traditions carry basically the same message, that is love, compassion and forgiveness. The important thing is they should be part of our daily lives. This is Marco. He's a Christian and he's going to his weekly prayer to find his inner peace. Rituals like these are common also between other religions. Religions learn how to live in peace, but with that they have brought us a lot of hate as well. As we are trying to build better society, separation and clashes are breaking the development. So let's break some stereotypes by researching past and present of major religions. Since the beginning of religions, that is, since the beginning of mankind, there is far more cases of religious conflicts than successful dialogues between them. History of religious wars starts with crusades. Those wars were fought from 11th to 13th century on today's territory of Middle East and in Europe, between West European Christians and Muslims. Next major religious wars were fought in France in 16th century, named French Wars of Religion, as a result of Protestant Reformation, where French Calvinists were fighting against Christian rulers. The wars ended with Edict of Nantes, with which Calvinist Protestants of France were granted substantial rights. The deadliest war in history caused by religion disagreements was held on today's territory of Central Europe. 30 Years' War was on the march between 1618 and 1684 and is known as one of the most destructive conflicts in European history, and one of the longest. It was started as a war between Protestant and Catholic states of Holy Roman Empire, but later became less about religion and more about continuation of France-Habsburg rivalry for European political preeminence. After that, we know many major conflicts between different religions, the biggest of them being Second Sudanese Civil War, Lebanese Civil War, and in a way also Holocaust.
Because an educated man is vulnerable, and he will just ignore the rational process, the thinking process, and he will just like take us being true any affirmation of the religious leader. He will not question things. He will not have the education to be able to question things.
And even today, the number of religious started conflicts is staying high, all of them strongly connected with politics. In fact, probably most of religious strifes were not actually caused by the differences between the religions itself, but because of political aims of their leaders.
Of course, there is some hate. There is, especially in places where politics meet or are involved in religion, because religion itself, actually, I tend to believe that it's not promoting hate, but when it's mixture with politics, things change. Especially with religions in which their holy books are written in a very openly manner, actually, like Christianity or Islam especially.
There is definitely some in our society today there are disagreements and between different faiths. For example, again I mentioned the media. Because of the recent ISI problem, Islamic State that have come, that most Western culture are thinking that all Muslims are that. All Muslims follow ISI. All Muslims want to kill people. All Muslims want to force people to convert, whereas it's the complete opposite.
But we are not going to talk about hate and disagreements this time. Instead, I want to show how people have tried to bring different cultures together to live as one society with different groups who accept and tolerate each other. history of making efforts to gain better interfaith understanding is much more recent. Although there was some societies where different religious groups were living together in peace, it never lasted very long. The first major interfaith dialogue event in modern history was held in Chicago in 1893, known as Parliament of World Religions. It was part of World Columbian Exposition, which was organized to celebrate the 400th anniversary of Christopher Columbus' arrival in the New World. Event today known as the birth of formal interreligious dialogue was the first formal gathering of representatives of Eastern and Western spiritual traditions. We cannot say that the event changed the world, but was a solid start to continue with dialogue. And it has. After that, the number of interfaith gatherings is rising from year to year. Since that time, the world is becoming more and more connected. This fact prevented us to keep ignoring differences between cultures and religions. But people are normally afraid of what they don't know, of what they don't understand.
Either that or convert all you bastards to Christianity. I will never follow your stinking religion. My God is and always will be the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, peace be upon them. Wait, my God's the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Yahweh, not Allah. Allah just means God. Those are all prophets in Islam as well. Really? Yes, of course.
All the religions have like a core set of values that are usually good, that are identified with their human morals. Like you have to be good, you have to seek forgiveness and also forgive others. Most of them are based on love.
In fact, key values of most religions and traditional-based atheism have a lot of common ground. All of them promote love, friendship, compassion, as well as caring for life, non-violence, generosity. If we look more closely at Christianity, Islam, and Judaism as Abrahamic religions, the similarities are even bigger. The earliest to appear was Judaism. One of Judaism's primary texts is Tanakh, also known as Hebrew Bible or Old Testament. In 1st century, Christianity began as a sect within Judaism, initially led by Jesus. Because of that, Christianity inherited Old Testament as primary text, to which New Testament was added. Islam began with the birth of Prophet Muhammad in year 570. Muslims believe that Quran was verbally revealed by God to Muhammad through angel Gabriel, in Quran named Jibril. Although there are more than 50 events and characters that are also mentioned in Bible. From that set, similarities seem logic, but also the discord. Every time when new religions arise, it was marked as a false by established ones. Not only because of different ideas and views, but also because religions are politically strong and were fighting for land and power. That's how it started, and the negative messages were carried on today's world.
Interpretations are made by humans, of course, and humans have all the humans regarding the religion have urges and desires, and not all the desires are good ones. As humans, we do desire power and money and influence. So from time to time, we use religion as a tool for gathering power and fortunes and money.
That's one aspect of it. The other is just lack of knowledge and human ignorance.
Through education, we can defeat these barriers. We can allow people to find out new stuff about both the dogmatic aspect of religions and of the social and maybe mystical stuff.
Of course, this kind of mentality is very deep in our tradition, and it's not possible to change it with short documentary. The change is possible only in actual everyday life, where we interact with all kinds of people.
To overcome this is having a little research. If someone says something in the media and actually going on the website or something like, let me have a look at it.
To tolerate or to accept, but not necessarily to agree, the cultural and traditions of each religion. Because only by this you can actually achieve like a state of peace, stability, in which we can collaborate and cooperate with each other. So I don't believe in the radical view actually of just melting each and every one of the religions in one religion based just on the core universal values. Because if you do that, you are losing the cultural and religious diversity. And after all, I do believe that diversity is actually the beauty of this world.